Hey everyone, we're right back where we left off, which was we had just finished reading this adventurer's logbook. So let's continue. Let's see, we can sign the logbook, which is kind of de rigueur for going to an adventurer's guild in these games. You better use the flourish this time, hero. I'm telling you, you'd better do it with the flourish or else you're going to suffer. You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now. Yeah, well, it wasn't a habit in the second game.
Shame on them.
You seem to have forgotten to do that in the second game, conveniently, didn't you, hero?
Do you do it in the remake?
In the remake, yeah. I think in the Quest for Glory 2 VGA remake, I think somebody actually told me they actually changed it for the remake, so he does it with a flourish. Allegedly because of my influence. I don't know if that was the case, but anyway, I'm not going to... I was wondering if he was going to tell about how we'd signed the book, but it doesn't. I'm not going to read that story again. Let's open the desk drawer instead. That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer. Oh, the game tricked us.
How horrible.
I feel used. The game has tricked us into thinking there was a drawer when there wasn't one the whole time.
It's very tricky.
Alright, these tricksy hobbitses. Alright, continuing on. This thing on the wall is actually kind of important. It's a finely crafted sword. A finely crafted sword rests within the case, but there doesn't seem to be a door or any way to open the case. A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency." This case has a plaque. I guess it doesn't have time to brush between meals.
That was so bad.
Yeah, I stole that one from Freddy Farkas.
That's great. That's
thanks.
great.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Let's see. Can we examine the case? The case looks totally solid, as if it were constructed around the sword. A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency only." Open the case. The case is totally sealed. You can't find any way to open it. And that also seems to have taken off some of my stamina. By the way, I didn't mention, I probably should at this point, these two bars up here, the left one is your health. The other one is your stamina, and if you had any magic ability, there would be a magic bar here, but we don't, so there isn't. Okay, break case open. You break open the front of the case. Avoiding the broken glass, you pull out the sword. It looks like a fine quality weapon.
Alright.
And that replaced our, actually he tossed it away. There used to be a rusty old cruddy sword. It's the same one that we used to originally fight the batters. Now we have this nice, fine sword, which weighs 420 quarks. You have a high-quality, well-balanced sword from the Urgent Care section of the Adventurers Guild. Okay, we could spend a long time browsing this bookshelf, and we probably will. There are a number of books on the shelf, including Hero Magazine's Golden Guild Guide to Mordavia, Flora, Fauna, and Folklore. What else is there? Then there is Tak Fu, a martial arts pronunciation guide. Oh, Tak Fu! You see an exercise book. Essential exercise. Build strong legs with the Bigfoot Stair Stepper. Which is, I think, essentially what this thing is. This is basically a stair stepper machine that builds up your strength. One of the books is a thin pamphlet entitled Famous Castles of All Ages. Right, this one talks about climbing skills for upwardly mobile adventurers. It seems to be targeted at fighters and paladins. Interesting. And we are paladins, so maybe we'll be able to make some use of that.
Well, that makes sense, because the thieves can climb, and the magic users don't really need to climb.
They levitate, yeah. There's one for mages called Creative Casting Concepts. And this is more about Hero Magazine. Okay, so it loops now. Alright, let's go ahead and read the books. Which book do you want to read? Let's start off with Climbing Skills. You read the book entitled Climbing Skills for Upwardly Mobile Adventurers. It's written entirely in one-syllable words, obviously intended for fighters. Oh ho ho. It's absolutely fascinating. Yes, those one-syllable words are sure captivating. This book teaches you that climbing sheer walls is best left for specialists, but that anyone with reasonable strength can climb using a rope and grapnel. You're pretty sure you know what to do now.
Awesome.
And if we back out of this for just a moment and check our character stats, we got 100 climbing points. And now we can build up climbing just like any other skill. And I wanted to do that because I don't think you get puzzle points. I think you get like 2 adventure puzzle points for learning how to climb. Whereas I don't think you get any if you already had climbing ability. So I wanted to start off this character not having any climbing ability because now we have some. Now we can build it up by practicing climbing. So the only things we don't have now are magic, which is good because I don't like the magic system in this game. And acrobatics, which is the most worthless thing ever.
I still disagree.
Okay, seriously, where did you use acrobatics beside the swamp?
Oh, besides the swamp?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Okay, you can use it. I know you can use it in the swamp to flip over those tufts of grass or whatever in the swamp, but no. I'd rather do it the hero way and not bounce through the air like okay.
Like an awesome person.
Yeah. Okay. Let's read some more books. Let's read this Hero magazine. As you scan through Hero, the Journal of General Job Adjusting, you find quite a bit of information that might be useful here. There are a series of articles about the land of Mordavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars, or local noblemen, assigned the role of guarding the area from invaders. The chapter on fauna describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necrotar is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Leshy, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes. You learn about the Rusalka, the spirit of a murdered, unmarried woman. Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them. You could really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box? Smiley face. They actually put an emoticon in this game, which is kind of cute, considering that this game is from, well, like 1994. And I know emoticons already existed then, but the internet wasn't really quite in the mainstream culture field yet, so I don't think that emoticons were quite that widely known at that point in time. But anyway, let's read this brochure. The book turns out to be an advertising brochure. It says, I, Dr. Cranium, predict that someday one of my descendants will become the subject of a major computer game, The Castle of Dr. Brain from Sierra Online. How cheesy can you get?
Well, it seems pretty accurate.
Oh, that would never happen. I mean, come on, that kind of thing just doesn't happen.
I have faith.
Okay. Let's read Takfu. This book teaches the ancient oriental art of Takfu, how to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between Karari and Kuksul.
I don't think we ever use that.
I don't think we do.
We?
Not that I know of.
I mean, all of these are pretty helpful. All these books are pretty helpful, except I really don't think we ever use that.
Yeah, what about essential exercise? This book teaches you how to use the stair stepper to build strong leg muscles and talks about the importance of whole body development. It says to build up your strength gradually by adding weights to the baskets. Okay. Can we read climbing skills again? You go through the book and climb again to make sure you're clear on the techniques. It's still interesting, but you don't learn anything new. I don't think that affected our experience. Can we take a book? Hey, this isn't a lending library. Alright, can we move the bookshelf?
We can take the sword, though.
Nice try, but the bookshelf won't budge. If there's a secret passage around here, it's hidden a different way.
Is that a hint?
Take the sword?
Huh?
Take the sword. We already took the sword.
Yeah, I know I said you can't take the books, but you can take the sword.
Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't actually learn anything from the, from reading the climbing book a second time, but yeah, there is actually a secret passageway here. I probably shouldn't give away too much, but if you look at this painting up here, there's an empty picture frame above the bookshelf. Either someone thought the wall itself was a piece of art, or a thief has been at work here. The frame is concealing a secret passage, but you can't see any way to open it from here. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, this actually, I'll go ahead and say it, because we'll probably examine it at some point during this game. This picture frame, this place in the wall actually leads to the Thieves Guild. And you know, we can't, since we have some thief abilities, we can go to the Thieves Guild, which is kind of cool, but I'll save that for later. I'll leave that for a little bit later, since I want to get to some more heroic things right now. And let's stay focused on the game's center focal points or whatever, and then we'll return to asides like that later. Let's go ahead and exercise on this exercise machine, and since I have the game sped up so much, he exercises pretty quickly, and see how the stamina goes way down. Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now. Basically, he just exercises until his stamina goes down. So that probably increased our strength quite a bit. Yeah, our strength is up to 358, so we did gain somewhat of a strength boost. And when your strength goes up, you can start clicking on these weights. And right now it says, any more weight might strain your muscles. Try working with the weights you have in the baskets already. So it won't let us add them. But eventually, when you get strong enough, you can clean out all these weights. You can get rid of all these weights and load them into these baskets or these buckets to make the machine.
Then you can wipe out anything. Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, we're already pretty strong. I mean, my strength is already 358. And again, since this is the fourth game in the series, the maximum for any of these is 400 in this game. So our strength can only go up to 400. So it's not like, I mean, we're actually already like pretty close there. But anyway. Alright, that was the Adventurers Guild. We'll return there later, but for now, I think here's a good time to save the game. Explored Adventurers Guild. Oh, I don't have quite enough room.
Explore the Gill.
I explored the Gill. That's right, I explored the Adventurers Gill. Alright, and this is a good place to stop the video because we're out of time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you later.
Goodbye.